What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Microsoft just made a huge pivot. They had been aligning themselves with OpenAI for the past several years, and all of a sudden they're like, it's Claude time. It is time to completely change what we're doing because OpenAI is not doing it for us. So they partner with Anthropic to bring us Copilot Cowork, which is essentially the exact same thing as Claude Cowork. And so in this video, we're gonna take a look at everything that they've announced. We're gonna take a look at one of the videos that they put out as a promo, and we'll talk a little bit about the cost and my thoughts. Now to get us started, the CEO of Microsoft made this announcement on X the other day, and here's what he said. He said, announcing Copilot Cowork, a new way to complete tasks and get work done in M365. You hand off a task to Cowork, it turns your request into a plan and execute it across your apps and files, grounded in your work data and operating within M365 security and governance boundaries. Now, obviously, this is a massive deal because they're going to be releasing basically agentic AI to the masses. This is going to be for the everyday person who uses Microsoft 365. Maybe not everybody, because as we see in their documentation, it's going to be quite expensive. We can actually see it right here on their release. It says Microsoft 365 E7 will be available May 1st with a retail price of $99 per month. Now, this is going to be all within the Microsoft ecosystem. It's going to be able to connect all your apps, all your different tools, and put it all into one place and use Claude Cowork to basically go and do a bunch of awesome things. At least that's what they're promising and what they're saying it's going to do. Now, I myself use Claude Cowork all the time. I've been using it a lot. And so I kind of know some of the downsides of using Claude Cowork, and I'll talk about that later on about just some of the issues that might pop up with something like this, but they have released this already to a select few who are in their preview version. We can see that being mentioned right here, where it says Cowork is being tested for a limited time with a set of customers as a research preview and will be available through the Frontier program in March. So if you want access, you can get access. I will have links to the stuff that we're looking at in the description, by the way. So if you want this Frontier program and you want to try to get in and get hands-on access with this, that is how you can do it. And they're basically collecting data, collecting feedback to see what they can make better before they release it to everyone on May 1st. Here are some of the places that I think people will be using it the most, although it is in other tools as well. It's gonna be in Microsoft Copilot in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. These are the tools that just your everyday person within the Microsoft ecosystem is gonna be living in and using all the time. They're also calling this Wave 3. I didn't know there was a Wave 1 or Wave 2, but if you click on this link, this Wave 3 terminology is everywhere. I didn't know about these other waves, but this Wave 3 is probably their biggest one by far. I think agentic AI is kind of the future of where we were heading with AI. And so this in and of itself is a huge announcement. I'm talking probably one of the biggest announcements with AI that I've seen so far. The last one was just basically for information. Here's what's gonna be happening. Here's how much it costs. Here's some of the details. This link, which I will have in the description, is basically hands-on demoing of these features. Now, there's a lot of them. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. We have one, clean up your calendar, reschedule meetings, and protect focus time. Build the meeting packet and align the team, generate the deck, document, and follow-up. We have 3, 4, and that's it. Now, I'm gonna show you this third one because I think this is the most relevant one and probably the most interesting one to watch.
Imagine needing deep financial analysis on a company. That means scouring through dozens of web sources, connecting the dots, and turning it into something your team can actually use. Copilot Cowork was built for exactly this. It begins with a research plan, determining what to investigate and where, grounded in your instructions to focus on facts, not opinions. It doesn't just find information, it pressure tests it, catching gaps before they become problems. Then it synthesizes everything into the financial story that ties it all together. Starting with a consulting quality report, with a detailed company analysis and every source cited. Then it drafts the email to your manager, with every artifact attached and ready to send. And as you drill into the spreadsheet, the full detail is there with the right protections automatically applied. The quarterly revenue trend, segment analysis, balance sheet, and more. This is Copilot Cowork, built for real work.
So what it is promising right here is to basically go out and scrape the web and pull in data. Now, this is something that we've seen with ChatGPT. We've seen it with Anthropic, Gemini, all the different AI models and all the different AI tools out there. They do a lot of web scraping. They pull the websites in, they analyze and synthesize the data. So that is what it's promising it's going to do based only on facts and not opinions. So that's the announcement, basically everything that you need to know, but I'm gonna give you my thoughts now. And I see this going in several different directions, and I'm not sure which path we're going to be going down. And so I'm just gonna give them to you, and then let me know in the comments which path you think is the most likely. Now, to preface this, it's $99 per month per seat. So it's $100 per month for, a user. Now, smaller companies, that's gonna be, quite a bit of money. For larger companies, that's a drop in the bucket. They'll pay for it if they're in the Microsoft suite, because what's an extra, $1 million a month or something for their employees. But option one is it just goes really well. Like, people love it. The integration is super successful. There really aren't a ton of issues, and it really boosts productivity, and there isn't a ton of downside. I personally think that's at about 10% of what is likely to happen. The next option would be option number 2, which is power users love it, but your average person just doesn't understand it. They don't really find a use for it, and so they just don't use it. And so it's really just power users who are using it, who are already in the Microsoft ecosystem, and that's a good thing, right? But it's not mass adoption. Option number 3 is there's a big launch on May 1st. A ton of people go and sign up for it, but then they have just a ton of customer churn, right? Things aren't working right. There's a bunch of issues. It's expensive, but people want to try it out, but they find it doesn't really help their company at all. And so that would be option number 3. Option or path number 4 is, I think the funny one, which is they release it, and then within the first week, there's tons of stuff online, calling it microslop, calling it all these different things, and having real use cases of just Cowork doing random stuff, right? And it's a bad integration, and it just doesn't work how it's supposed to work, and it goes really viral for being terrible, and it just collapses. And then lastly, we have option or path number 5, which is people just don't really sign up for it because they're worried about privacy, they're worried about security and regulation, and although it says it's all within, Microsoft's ecosystem and all their privacy and all their security, people just don't trust it, and so they don't really sign up for it, and it never gains any real type of adoption, even at that $100 price per seat. So in my personal opinion, I think we're gonna have multiple paths. I think the first path is that not an immense amount of people sign up for it, and it'll really just be for power users. I think that's gonna be how it starts, right? It's $99 a month. For a lot of companies, that can be quite expensive. Yes, you may be able to get more work done, but not every company just has that lying around. And so it's not gonna be like a mass adoption all at once. I think there's gonna be lots of kinks along the way. Lots of issues, lots of little things getting deleted, things being sent out that shouldn't have been sent out, wrong data being pulled in from websites. And then over the years, over the next 2, 3, 4 years, it does start to get a lot better, a lot more secure, a lot more accurate with what it's doing. And then over time, it gets a little bit cheaper maybe. That's a laugh. That probably isn't gonna happen. And then there'll be more mass adoption. That's what I personally think is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a mixture of a little bit of each. And over time, I think it will get better. Let me know what you think though, because maybe I'm wrong, but I've been using Claude Cowork myself quite a bit for the past several weeks since it launched. And I really like it. I think it's really good, but it is not 100% accurate by any means, which leads me to believe that it's not gonna be 100% accurate in Microsoft's ecosystem as well. With that being said, I hope you learned something in this video. It's really exciting for all these agentic AI stuff coming out. It's a lot going on. I'm trying to keep up with it myself. I'm trying to keep you guys updated as well. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.